on in.
All right.
So we have spawning up at the top left. It is Bly in the red. Mr. Proxy Hatch himself.
True. And his opponent in the upper right. Give it up for our blue Protoss. It is the Mauer ShoWTimE. Yeah, these two playing together is just something you don't get to see every day. So at the least, it's always a treat to see Bly, being that he's retired now, etc. But having ShoWTimE and Bly of all matchups, this is great. And already it's going to a cheeky start.
Yeah, it's pool first into what is absolutely going to be some kind of hatch block. Either a hatch block or a straight up proxy hatch. We'll see. This is Bly's bread and butter right here. This is what he lives for. We'll see if ShoWTimE can deal with it. ShoWTimE, I mean, they call him Demauer for a reason, and he says, I don't want you to get this proxy hatch up. Instantly pulls 5 probes. Says, I'm not going to let you have it. He also did something notable, which is checking to see if there was a pool, and he knows who he's up against. He's already in a he's already well set up for this.
Yeah, that said, Steadfast, the drone on the other side actually getting some good value on the probe, and Bly's going to be able to take a hatch back at home while all this chaos is going on the other side of the map. Bly can just cancel.
Yeah, absolutely. He can cancel. This is still fine for ShoWTimE, though, so far. ShoWTimE is managing this nice little Evo chamber block right there. You can do the quick cancel. You get that creep, and you're able to get it down. But it only added another, like, I don't know, 2 seconds of delay. With that much DPS on it, it's going to be forced to cancel regardless. Now, Bly really would love to get another actual proxy hatch, but he doesn't get the down right there. Nice full wall coming in from ShoWTimE. But there's a lot of surface area here. This is actually really dangerous for ShoWTimE. Nice hold position on the probe. But these Lings are going to be able to, at the very least, force a cancel on this shield battery. Ooh, they might have been able to get the kill there, but not going to happen. This Zealot will stay alive, and so far, ShoWTimE's good defense.
A good defense or not, that almost dead drone serves its purpose. We got a proxy hatch going just out of range of the gas from ShoWTimE, and he's just now going to find it as it's got a pretty decent start. About 25% completed.
Yeah, now you wonder if he's going to pull probes to try and deny this. The Zealot will put in a lot of work to it, but eventually this would complete. You can see that the HP is pretty much at net neutral right now. It's going to be staying the same, which means it will have about 600 HP if he does decide to build another one. Ooh, ShoWTimE going to lose, or well, going to get the kill on one of these drones. And actually, hang on, Bly's in some big trouble right now. These two Adepts they're pretty much uncontested.
Yeah, that's very true, Steadfast. The Queen just popping the Lings, trying to jump on top of this nice surround from the drones, but you don't want to... You're using drones to fight basically the hard counter to drones. The two Adepts surviving. Yeah, it's looking pretty scary, Steadfast. Bly's losing a lot with not a lot to work with.
Yeah, he does get this hatchery up, but he's only going to get a couple of larvae out of it, I think. Now, the Lings will force this Zealot to stop attacking the hatch for a moment. He might just actually tunnel it. Okay, no, Bly is going to... Oh, ShoWTimE. Got to attack. Okay, no, he's going to lose this Zealot now. That's actually a big deal, because now the Queen will pop out, and the rest of the hatchery is going to survive, at least for the moment. This could still get scary. There is a shield battery in the main mineral line, but only 3 gateways. They are all at the front. No shield battery at the natural, I don't believe. No, just that one in the main mineral line. And the Queen is going to be tough to kill here. Link speed about to complete. Oh, ShoWTimE cannot afford to lose this. We do have the Adepts on the other side of the map. They're trying to get in here. Link speed is going to complete momentarily. This is getting super messy. But I think ShoWTimE should be fine, probably on both fronts. Nice micro right there on the Adept.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some good...
I'll go ahead.
There's definitely some good stuff. To be honest, I think this game's might... I don't know, it may go on for a little bit longer, but we have Resonating Glaives researching, but will the game actually go on long enough for Resonating Glaives to complete? That's the question, Steadfast.
I mean, it probably will, but once Bly realizes that's the tech, he's going to be forced to GG, because it is 17 drones versus 36 probes. This hatchery is being dealt with, even though it completed and has stayed alive for a while. it hasn't really been able to do much. We do see a wraparound on the Adepts in the third base, but a quick recall. He only loses, I think, 1 Adept right there. And yeah, 38 Zerglings have died. Meanwhile, Warpin at the natural going to be able to catch these Zerglings. He'll get 1 probe, big whoop. ShoWTimE couldn't care less. And yeah, this is pretty much all over at this point.
Yeah, with just Zerglings with metabolic boost, no upgrades, no real economy, no Roach Warren. There's really nothing to contend with the 2-half Zerg with 27, well, 26 to 39 workers.
Yeah, and that's after a big swell of production from Bly. Like, oh, and he just lost all of his Zerglings on his side of the match. Or is in on ShoWTimE side of the map, I should say. Yeah, if ShoWTimE attacks, Bly simply falls over. He's going to try and take a gold base, but ShoWTimE was instantly, like he was heading over there before the hatch even got down. Like this is as hard of a read as you can get in a game of StarCraft 2.
Yeah, that hatch was going down before it was a dirty thought in the Overmind's mind.
Yeah, not a chance there. And I think we're going to be looking at, there we go, there's the GG. Did take a little longer than we expected, but it still was the same result, which is to say a solid performance from ShoWTimE. He will take that one down, and we will be moving on to game number 2.
Definitely bringing us some typical Bly play, but as you said, Steadfast, it was just so funny how immediately on top of it ShoWTimE was for that gold-based finale.
Yeah, not a whole lot that could be done there. I mean, the game was super over by that point, anyways. But it just goes to show how well ShoWTimE understands the brain of Bly.
Mm-hmm.
He is quite on top of it, as it were.
Yeah, you might say he's the Bly Whisperer.
It's yeah, definitely got that got him on lockdown, that's for sure. All right, we're gonna be getting into game number 2 on a Cosmic Sapphire in just a moment. We'll see if Bly has any other trickery up his sleeves. Now, this is just the first day. We gotta mention that there are gonna be a lot of games throughout this. And Bly, while he throws something a little bit funky at his opponent, I don't think he's necessarily going to be looking at ShoWTimE as a player that he must beat. I think he's going to be looking at players like Jumi, at DNS, at King Cobra, at Shadown. Those are going to be the players that he thinks, okay, if I beat these guys, then I can make it in. Maybe Geralt. But I think players like Serral and ShoWTimE, I think he's going in with tempered expectations, let's say.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty fair assessment. These guys are certainly going to be up to his shenanigans a little more. But his infamy does precede him, I would say. So it should be an interesting run throughout the event.
Yeah, he's one of the longest tenured pro gamers, I think. Of course, he is pretty much retired at this point, but there's still some stuff he's got. All right, and here we go. Spawning down on the bottom right. For big, it is ShoWTimE. In the blue.
And in the upper left, his opponent in the red, Mr. Cheeky Zerg himself. Give it up for Bly. And again, we already see a drone moving across the map.
Yeah, this time it's going to be a hatch first on... Well, actually, that's what it was last game as well. No. Last time it was a pool first. Yeah, it was a pool first hatch, proxy hatch. This time it is a hatch first proxy. And ShoWTimE, I mean, we'll see what his response is for this game. Obviously, there are a lot of different ways you can deal with it, but it's... We'll see if he decides to pull a bunch of probes early. The thing is, Bly is so comfortable in these weird situations. Okay, looks like it's going to be a double gate response against a hatch first proxy. I think that's a good call. Ooh, this would be nice, though. Gold base coming in from Bly. This would be a much more effective gold base than in game number 1.
Yeah, funnily enough, this is the next map. Well, actually, if you think about a moon dance as well, there's like 3 maps in this pool that are like Bly, you know, you can just see Bly doing interesting things with. And this just happened to work out quite well for him. Let's see if Mr. ShoWTimE is going to scout it. Looks like he is going to go right for the gold. Oh, boy.
Yeah, once again, he knows who he's up against. He knows what this is, and he's going to see it pretty much instantly. The thing is, the big tip-off here was the fact that Bly canceled the hatch unprompted without anything attacking it and just built an Evo chamber with it. So he was hoping that ShoWTimE would overreact to this and would go for... He was hoping that ShoWTimE would overreact for this and pull a bunch of probes into it, but he did not do that. Ooh, an attempt to surround, but ShoWTimE with the juke. He's going to be totally fine, and he'll get out of here. And now he's got 2 zealots to go after this gold base. It's going to be a shield battery rush as well. I think this gold base has no chance of being held.
Nah, and you know what? Bly has no idea what's coming until it's popped, and well,
it's too late. It's too late. It's already finished. He's already invested to it. Honestly, I was gonna say I think ShoWTimE could cancel this shield battery, and he will do exactly that. Yeah.
He's just that good. He's right on top of it.
Yeah, he knows what the situation is. We are gonna be able to see the Adepts getting it on top of these Lings. Ling speed is not going to be completed for a while. Bly, he's building non-stop Lings, but can he even do anything about this gold base? I really don't think so. The shield battery, okay, he is going to target down that shield battery, but he's going to lose the gold if, like ShoWTimE's just going to be able to tunnel on this gold base. He's going to kill it.
Oh yeah, there's not enough time for the DPS of this. The Zealots are going to fall, but it doesn't matter. The hatch is down. And there goes the gold.
Yep, and these Lings, they are off creep without speed against Adepts. Now, ShoWTimE didn't micro that last little bit right there. Ooh, does he get this creep tumor down? Oh, it was about a second, not even a second, maybe a quarter of a second away from being picked off before it got the required 45 HP to survive the 2 shots from the Adepts. Just barely getting enough HP up there. ShoWTimE actually did have a moment where he would have killed it if he had instantly attacked it. Meanwhile, on the actual front line here, we've got an attempt to break through from Bly. Not going to be able to get through, but he will find these 2 Adepts, and that's kind of a nice pickoff. This is not... No, it's still a pretty bad situation for Bly. He is trying to retake this gold, though, which is quite funny. And actually, with the Lings, he might be able to get it.
Yeah, funnily enough, too, ShoWTimE was so on top of this. Bly literally was... like within half a second of getting that Ling run by. So ShoWTimE just barely had the probe in to wall that off, let alone warp in a unit in time. So that was very good crisis management for him. If that Ling run by got in, that could have been a little bit different of an outcome, I think.
Yeah, it could have been devastating for sure. It's very difficult to deal with. There is a hatchery at the natural here for Bly, but no queen. Spore crawler not yet done. This is going to be a couple of dead drones. ShoWTimE is going to be able to find some great value right here. 4 drones, 5 drones. Oh, okay, he pulled away a little too quickly, but still gets the 5th drone. Doesn't lose any hull on the Oracle. This is an amazing start for ShoWTimE.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A couple of Oracles out on the map. He's just having a blast going into somewhat more standard of a build, considering how the game, you know, opened up. He's going into a robo. It's Bly, so he's trying to prepare for, you know, the unexpected. So I think a robo follow-up, honestly, I don't hate, because Burrow's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many reasons to get a robotics facility, you know.
Yeah.
Anything, it's just going to progress you into the mid-game in a nice position against some weirdness from Bly. You can go DT drop from there. You can go straight up into Colossus. You can go Disruptor drop, and you can just build Immortals and take a 3rd. Like, there's a ton of things you can do. This quad Adept, though, is going to get into the gold base, and once again, there's really nothing to defend. I'd love to see some target fire on these larvae here. But actually, he's just going to tunnel vision the Spore Crawler. Maybe not the best move for how much hull damage he takes, considering it was a free pickoff. But he just wants to get as much DPS into this hatchery as quickly as possible. Look at that. 3 queens queued up on this hatch. Even if all 3 of them were out right now, he might not be able to actually save it. Like, Bly is just in a horrendous position in this game.
Oh yeah, this is looking very rough. Oh man, retaking the gold. I don't think that was the play right there. Steadfast. I don't know about you, but it is Bly after all.
I mean, I respect the boldness of it. It's a good concept, and we got to mention, by the way, his creep spread has been quite nice. He's actually covered a lot of the map. Yeah. And he's really creating some comfy situations for him, some comfy positions. And I didn't talk about the one thing that it could be here, which is just a big gateway all in. And he's just going to build a... Actually, no, he's already got the Warp Prism on the other side of the map. Yeah, he's just going to warp in a ton of units. And I think Bly might just fall over here. There is a lot of Zerglings, but this is going to be very tough. The Oracles are going to make things very difficult. Bly really just can't match the production of his opponent.
Yeah, he's retrying. He's going for the gold yet again, Steadfast. Double expanding behind this. And as you say, this gate explosion, though, I think he can, at this point, ShoWTimE can just kind of, you know, warp in the whole Protoss gateway, man, smorgasbord without Twilight and just win with these Oracles.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to deal with here. The Rotorn is completed, and Ravagers, in theory, could be, you know, they could be useful, but he just, once again, doesn't really have the eco to get those up. He's up to 45 drones, which is nice, but not enough. Oh, and then kill, no cancel on that base. Yeah, this is looking like ShoWTimE really just needs to toss down some very basic force fields and should be able to just run his opponent right over. And there they are. Walls him in.
Yep.
Roaches are going to go down. The Corrosive Vials will land on one sentry, but that is not going to change the outcome of this game. Not in a million years. Not with ShoWTimE at the level that he's at. Nice force fields right there, trapping those Ravagers in the corner. And Bly is going to pull drones into their doom. And we're going to be seeing a very quick 2-0 here out of ShoWTimE.
Yeah, this is certainly been a pretty quick series. And you called it.